Four. Hi, everybody. And apparently, when the chips are down, Banshee just turns on the speed, and we were on time after all. So, greetings. Welcome.
That good old Aries speed. Welcome, everybody, to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
me, Banshee. Welcome to Happy Hour. Hope everybody is
Welcome,
happy.
everybody.
And you know what? If you're not, we hope to make you happy by the end of the show.
Or else.
Or else. Right. Okay.
Good to see everybody. I see a face or two that we haven't seen in a little while. Wendy. Hey.
Hi, all. Nice to see you. Oh, hi, Wendy. Yeah, that's great to see you here. We all could use some happy in this crazy world.
You got it.
Whew, so glad we got those cards of the day out of the way this week. That
Yeah,
was a
wasn't
pretty
last week's cards really something?
pretty crazy week. Um, this week, just a little heads up, is going to be a little bit different, a little bit up, a little bit down, a little bit different. Maybe not so political, I think, just looking at it, but depends what happens in the world and how I feel it fits the cards.
We're
We
glad you made it
unfold.
too, Wendy. Thank you.
Uh, we are heading off to a couple of events in October and November. We're going to hopefully Small Business Saturday up at the.
Right, it's at our favorite or one of our favorite Michigan-based metaphysical stores, the Arts and Craft, and there's a coven involved who are members of our group, Covenant of the Goddess, the Moonfire group. But we read there the last few years on and off, usually Small Business Saturday, the day after Friday, Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And October, we used to go to a house in, we used to call it the witch's house, but it's just normal folk who like to dress up as witches for
Well,
Halloween.
the house is a witch's house because it's very
Oh
much
my
that
gosh.
Victorian
It's
kind of style.
haunted,
It
but in
looks
a
a,
good way.
but it looks a little bit like the Adams family house, only it's, more well kept.
And they've got an acre or more of land that they were able to keep in the heart of a big city.
Historically, this family was amongst some of the founding families of that town.
Yeah.
And so when farms were deeded off to become residences, they somehow managed to hold on to some of their land. And they just do a really wonderful job with this party. They're not actually witches,
No.
Wiccans, otherwise,
But the
but
wonderful lady who was the matriarch of the house, she passed away this last year from a stroke. She was older, and she had a stroke. She had strokes a few years back.
yeah, 5 or 6 years
Yeah,
ago. She lived for a while.
but she had it all together up here still, and her
We
family
loved
took
her.
really great care of her. They did this party that she loved every year. We don't know if it's going to happen this year or not. It might be because in her
It's usually the
memory.
1 or 2 weekends, Saturdays before Halloween, but we don't know. She died apparently back in May. I heard about
Yeah.
it. We know her daughter now too. She may or may not,
Keep the
continue the
tradition
tradition.
going.
We
I
don't
don't
know.
know. It'll be nice to go back there, and I'm sure that her spirit is probably joining the other family members who are haunting that house.
Is that so, Fiber? Thanks for mentioning that.
Ah,
The focus thing.
okay, okay. Was that my material matters, or was that one of the?
It was probably material
It
matters, I
could be
bet.
one of the cards I did too. I think there was one like that, but I don't know. It's been, like I said, a whirlwind
Hi,
week.
Libra. I'll get you
Hello,
on.
Libra.
And we are ready for the cards of the collector.
Which of course will be from the Good Tarot, which is always happy, no matter how you slice it.
No, Nicole, we got you on the list.
And I don't, I
Greetings to both of you.
was going to say, I don't know what I do with the box, but there it is. So we're set. All right. So the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed. Cut them now. And
I
I'm
hope
going
it
to
doesn't say it's closed.
draw one. Hmm?
I was just
No.
talking to Nicole.
Oh, okay. Okay, everybody. You.
We're
No.
not done yet. Order in the court. It's once again the Hierophant.
Wendy was just seeing my card of the day and commenting on that on Threads, and the Hierophant is making a three-peat. We had it Friday, we had it Saturday for our card of the day. One was upright, one was reversed, and now here it is at happy hour. So let's see what the
Well,
happiness.
we're going to be happy about it, right?
Yes, we are. We are. But it's just amazing to me this. And I've seen even today more people with a Hierophant card. It's been coming up a lot. All right. So Hierophant, when this and it's about spiritual practice. When this card appears, it reminds me to be committed to a spiritual practice to ensure a conscious contact to my higher power. When I have a daily practice of prayer and meditation steeped in gratitude and committed to being a co creator, life works out in wondrous ways. Rituals are in my highest good at this time. Exchanging vows is also highlighted. Interesting it brought up vows since my oracle card of the day was about keeping promises or not. And so it's kind of funny to see the word vows in here. But the Hierophant can be positive like this. Spiritual practices, let's put it this way, and spiritual thought and thinking really should elevate us, not stoop us to really negative, dark levels. Like we see some spiritual practices today. Some people are not truly living the message of their faith. They're twisting it for their own purposes. And, this calls for us to really achieve a higher level of thinking, a wiser level of thinking, a more consciousness elevated level of thinking than what we're seeing today.
Yes, indeed, Wendy. We agree with that too. Um, This deck that we use for the regular readings, the Hierophant, I love that image too because it looks like somebody who's waiting for everyone else to get on the train to spiritual evolvement. And so I think that's a very good way of looking at the Hierophant for happy hour that doesn't involve that kind of like, sort of like lockdown conventional sense of the Hierophant saying order, order.
Right.
It's also about saying, I am here to help you find your way or help you find the enlightenment, the mysteries that you seek.
I'm reading an interesting book now called Psychopomps, I think, and the Soul or For the Soul. And
If I knew all the words, Fiber, I would belt that out in a minute. I always did like that song. I'm old enough for a hero. He's gotta be the, he's gotta be the.
Well, at any rate, what I was going to say about my book is that, they talk about a disciplined kind of orderly practice to connect with, these energies. And I think that discipline is important and order is important, but it's what you place that discipline and order into that's most important.
There you go.
So that's what we have for the collective.
And order spelled backwards is, I
What?
don't know. Sorry. I must have had a little bit too much coffee this morning.
Oh my goodness, it's going to be a show,
I want
people.
more. I
It's
want
going to be
more.
a show. All right.
It's gone.
Okay.
All right, so Lena's number one.
Yeah, I guess I got to get my list here so nobody else has shown up.
Nope.
All right. There we are. Okay. Thanks, Mr. O, for getting it together. I was running a little bit behind, got up a little late. I will say these cooler mornings are going to make me want to sleep in.
Might
It's
help if
been
I
really
split up a
nice
little
here.
bit.
Yes, no dropping my cards, Mr. O.
Not on purpose.
Not on happy hour.
I never do it
Actually,
intentionally, so you have to
not
forgive me.
ever.
Well, it's not on purpose, so you have to forgive me. Because accidents never happen in a perfect world. And guess what? We don't have a perfect world.
And that's good.
I know. All right, Lena, you
Yay.
have the Knight of Pentacles.
Something
So
is
the Knight of
right.
Pentacles says you should persevere. You should just continue moving towards the course you're moving. And I know right now you're very concerned about the health situation with your mother. This could be talking about that in the sense of just saying continue to apply the
Support.
material support that she or anyone else needs. I think Banshee had an elaborate, be supportive or whatever about, the healthcare team, So I think that's important. But if it applies to other goals, then certainly that is the case too, that sometimes small and steady steps will take you there too. Sometimes the larger you reach for something, if you're not on steady ground, the further back you may fall.
The happy message of this card, Lena, is being part of some worthy effort, some hard work. You know that is in your best interests or maybe in others' best interests. And, slowly but surely, sticking to it and getting the job done. Whether this is about supporting your mother or whether this is about something else, this is showing steady progress, slow, steady progress towards, a goal and the pursuit of a goal. Whether that is to get your mother healthy again, whether that is, getting your material world and life together, you just keep applying yourself slowly and you'll be happy with some of the results you're seeing. um, it's slow and it's steady and it's at a pace that's not put that doesn't put too much pressure on you. And try to keep that in mind. We don't want to pressure ourselves. We want to be happy when we're going about doing what we do. Even in crisis situations, we got to feel good about the moves and the decisions we make. So take those slow, deliberate steps forward and you'll feel a lot better about it. So good luck with that. All right. We are on Jackie. Hi, Jackie.
Hi, Jackie.
Right. Shaggy, are you talking about my hair fiber? No, I'm just. I'm not getting it cut yet. I am waiting till I think mid September because I want to get it cut closer to my 50th high school reunion. I have to go to in October.
I'm going too.
He is going to.
My 50th was 2 years ago, and I thought about going, but I ended up not going. I'd never gone to any of my reunions. We both went to the same
Yeah,
high
high
school,
school. But we
which we
didn't
had a
know each
large
other.
graduating class of nearly 600 in both our cases.
Well, and you were in a different year than me, so
Right. So I didn't know you.
yeah. Well,
Ah,
fiber,
order spelled backwards. Thank you, Redro.
red row. Is
I'm
that
gonna
like red rum?
I'm
Red
gonna
rum?
say that from
Red
now
rum?
on. Redro.
I don't know.
Hi, Emily. We can get you on the
It's
list.
gonna sound kind of creepy.
I'm gonna go ahead and do
Well,
that.
Fiber, I don't know why, but I keep thinking maybe you had this before. This came up last week for sure. It comes up a lot at happy hour. It's the world. Somebody had the world, but I don't know who, but it's back. And it's for you, Fiber. Step through that portal. Step through that portal. And now is the time to maybe, consider where you're going from here. You finished off some cycle or some things that you needed to accomplish and now it's on to the next. So, what's it going to be? I don't know. Maybe you don't know. But it is time to maybe make room in your life for a new adventure. Let go of anything that needs to be finished up. Look back and see and appreciate what you have accomplished, of course, because that is important. And that, of course, really motivates us to aim higher, to try to go for the gold now.
All right. And sorry, just fiddling around with the cameras there. Right.
Hey,
I like
Carol,
that. I
if
like
you
what you
are.
said about
Oh, you are on. No, you're not on. Okay, hold on.
Y- You're distracted me.
I'm so sorry.
I know. The world is of course a sign of a completion and sort of a sense of having achieved really pretty much what you wanted out of it, even if it's not necessarily shared amongst the rest of the world, so to speak, or other people. That
Oh,
idea of perfection or closure is there.
it's for Jackie. I said fiber the whole time.
I know.
I'm sorry. Why didn't you
And I
correct
said
me
it
if you
well
said?
because I'm saying it too. We're kind of off today, like we were the
Oh
other
my
night.
gosh, is this going to be a repeat of
We were
Thursday?
really off Thursday night, and now we're sorry. This is Jackie's reading.
Jackie, we apologize. Jackie, this message holds true for you.
I need
Why
more
don't, okay, I'll
coffee.
tell you what. Why don't I just talk a little bit and you
Then
get
I'll
your
go.
thoughts together because I messed you up before. And I really messed us up. I apologize. And I'm the keeper of the list. What's wrong here? All right.
Don't
So
answer that.
Jackie, the world is at your feet here. I mean, I think, this is a time for you to boldly step through and do something new. Maybe something that you've been wanting to do for some time. This is the time to do it. You are maybe done with certain aspects of your life or certain situations in your life. And now is the time to move forward into a new goal. It's hard to get that enthusiasm in this crazy world today to take the risk to start something new, but now is the time.
Well, I look at that circle around the figure in this card, Jackie, and I'm thinking like, oh, it's kind of like a cosmic hula hoop. And when you do the hula hoop, I don't know if that's a custom around the world, your country or whatever, but it was this thing you would swing it around your hips, and the idea was to keep the motion going. That's the idea of the world, that even though, you're sort of in a stasis mode, something has ended, and now you're just in consistent motion as you prepare yourself for moving ahead, into the portal, and sometimes I thought, even as a kid, like it was a way of being in between the worlds when you did the hula hoop because you were just in that moment of that motion, that swinging around. I'm going too far, right?
No, it's okay. It's fine. I'm
So
listening.
be prepared for something new that maybe calls upon you to utilize all of that skill and all of that sense of wonder in the moment.
Wow, nice card, Jackie. Good luck with that. And I saw what Wendy said about reunions there. There's very little turnout at this one so far. But one of my friends was really goading me into going, one of my old friends. And I thought, okay, the only time I've seen you and one of these other friends that's going is at funerals. So I might as well I might as well go and see them at a fun event and do this, but I'm not. I'm really sad because there's really not a very big turnout, and it is your shuffle.
Well, and the thing is that we think that, over time, people change, people become more this, more that, and I never really related to, my high school era because I was kind of, believe it or not, on the unpopular side. I was actually a very introverted kind of personality. It took college and getting into an acting troupe to kind of bring me out of some of that.
And by the way, Shirley is up.
Alrighty.
This particular friend was my bodyguard in high school because I was being harassed by someone in our sports class, which is the higher elevated gym class for athletes. And after this person pushed me into a locker, she turned around, my friend, and whipped around and shoved her into the locker and said, "You ever lay your hands on her again, and I'll be talking to you out of school."
Let's focus here because maybe we've been
Yeah.
thinking too much about high school. Because
Oh,
Shirley, are you going to a
look
party?
at
You have the
that.
Three of Cups. So some sort of happiness, happy occasion is in store for you. You may be invited to an event that looks like that, like a wedding or an engagement party or a simple graduation family reunion, birthday. So it's looking like happiness is coming to you, and or maybe the idea of getting together with friends you really care about and care about you
Sure. It is funny because it is almost like a reunion card. Doesn't it look like
in a
happy
way.
friends getting together and reuniting? And Wendy was talking in there about, I think, three friends coming to visit her.
Ah, okay,
So,
right.
three old friends. So
Yeah, I
it's
see
kind of
that.
interesting it came up during our conversation, but does indicate good time, Shirley. Maybe get together, maybe call some friends and just have a little impromptu get together this week. It would cheer you up, it would make you feel good. Why not? It just looks like a very positive card, and there's some happiness to be gained by either getting in touch with or getting together with, people that you love.
Very cool.
So good luck with that. That's a great card for
So
happy
Wendy, this particular friend of hers that I've known, for ages
friends.
too, of course, I used to say this particular friend of hers could beat up any guy I knew. And of course, I knew the average man who could probably, handle a fight. I could never handle a fight. But this friend of hers was that tough.
Hey, I hung out with the elitist of athletes, even though I was not really one. I was good. I was good
You
at
were?
certain things, but she was very good at almost anything she did. And she was very strong. She came from a family of boys, so she knew how to hold her own. And she wouldn't take. She was an air. She's a early April Aries, and I think she's a triple Aries. So imagine that. But anyway, she had all that
You
energy
too,
and
Kara?
fight in her.
It looks like Kara was like your friend a little bit. And so we are on Wendy.
We are on Wendy. Did I not post it? I see what I
I'll
did
take care of
there.
that.
Yeah, copy it.
I know how to do that.
All right.
Yes, her friend had two brothers too, I think, or three. I don't even remember.
No, I said four. Yeah, I already
Oh,
said that. Yep.
oh.
Yep.
Well, I had two brothers, but they didn't help me fight.
And she was just great. And for years and years after, in her adulthood, into her mature adulthood, she was still a ace softball pitcher.
Yeah,
And she
athletic
was
purpose of
on
her life.
bowling teams, even that she traveled around the state and played in tournaments. So, yeah, almost anything she did, golf, tennis, she was top of her game. But anyway,
When do you have
the
the
Seven
seven
of
swords?
Swords.
Right.
Well, I have to say, Seven of Swords is an interesting card. There's something positive to be gained by kind of lurking. I like to say that with this card. Be a lurker this week. Kind of listen and pay attention to what's going on around you. And, just take a subtle approach to ferreting out information you may need or might be important to you, or, just trying to figure out what is going on. Like, for example, if people were worried, if there was some scuttlebutt about maybe a job or, a company laying off their employees or something that you need to know, you want to just kind of have an ear on that and not play your hand too soon, but to kind of take in that information and figure out what it all means to you. I think it puts you somehow above others, and it's a positive card. I actually, I know somebody who said they had problems with the Seven of Swords, but they're okay with the Five of Swords, and I'm exactly the opposite. And so
Absolutely.
I actually like this card upright.
Hi there. Good morning.
depending on, of course, what cards it's with, comes with.
So when I look at that Seven of Swords, Wendy, I think that, sometimes you have to be a little sneaky in order to find out what you really need to know. And there's no shame in, sometimes being a little bit aloof and maybe just, with your ear out or your eye out to pick up the clues of things that aren't necessarily being held back from you, but aren't necessarily being shared in good faith and trust with you. And, we all have situations like that where I do, I work at a place, and because I don't work the same amount of hours, I don't hear important conversation about procedural things. And then somebody says, "Don't you know we're doing that now?" And I'm like, "No, I wasn't there when it was discussed and nobody updated me." It could be a situation like that where maybe you just have to be more alert to what could be happening around you because there's something good perhaps you need to know, but it's not, like I said, somebody's going out of their way to not share it with you, but they're not going out of their way to share it with you.
I have to I'm thinking about it here, and I have to add this too to that card that maybe what this is saying too is it is a time to really ferret out some of your own what's going on within you right now. If there's been something troubling you or something that just seems out of balance or whatever, maybe this is time to go quiet and go within and try to ferret out what's wrong, and it'll make you feel better, because if something's been kind of making you feel uneasy, going within this week will clarify things.
All right.
So good luck with that.
And thanks again for dropping in today.
All right, I added Jamie's Cowboys to the list.
hmm And no, I addressed your happy hour message. You're still a few people down in the
Yeah,
list.
I just posted it, Noha. Take a look at the list. We've still got two
No
other
problem.
people in front of you. Okay.
You're welcome. Thank you yourself,
Preeti
dear.
is up. Yeah, we were a little chatty
Okay.
today.
I'm
Sorry
glad
about
that
that.
seems to relate then, Wendy. You're welcome, Jamie's. And
You're
I
welcome.
promise I will get back to you in your Gmail. I did take a look at the pictures you sent, and it did look like not a very good occasion.
Wow, I haven't yet. I have to go take a look.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will do that.
So I'm so sorry you had to go through that. I wanted to think a little bit more before I responded to you. Yeah. Yeah, it does look a little scary. Right, Preeti. Preeti, you have the King of Swords.
Oh, nice.
And the King of Swords is telling you, Preeti, I think that there are questions or decisions you need to put your mind to. You maybe need to consider words behind words or thoughts behind thoughts. You you might find that, things need to be sorted out before other progress can be made in a certain area. So if you're trying to achieve mastery over certain projects or situations, things with coworkers, things with family members, you might need to understand a little bit more behind all the situations to render a good judgment or be able to make, an informed decision. And that's so important.
This is a great week to strategize, Preeti. To put a plan in place. If you have some projects or goals on the back burner, maybe it's time to start mapping out a strategy. Using your head this week is going to be going to make you feel very enthusiastic. There's a lot of clarity of thought and mental processes that can help you with your day-to-day stuff for sure. If you're going through any tasks or any other kind of situations that involve your mental faculties to a higher degree, you should be able to handle it without a problem. And I think this week too, there's a lot of fulfillment or a sense of happiness coming from Mental activities, things that stimulate the mind, reading a book about a subject that you're very interested in. It's great to do pleasure reading. I've been doing more of that myself lately, but I've gotten back into my, reading some nonfiction because sometimes you need to learn. We never stop learning. We need to learn. And so pick up a good book on a topic that you're interested in. And I think it would also, add to your happiness this week. So good luck with that.
And in general, if you had been thinking about, a particular situation that you had to make a decision about, you
Yes.
can kind of feel assured that you're going to be all right, that, the decision you end up making is probably a good one that, won't bear any unintended consequences.
Right. An excellent week for any kind of big decision that you have to make. So,
Especially because Mercury is moving direct.
and you'll feel good about what you decide. So, good luck with that. We are on Siama.
Sayama.
Hi, Siama.
And I want to mention that we did put out our monthly modality message. It dropped down on YouTube last evening, a little bit later than we thought, but it's our unique tarot astrological reading for the modality signs of the zodiac. It tells you how your energies and actions and uh, events with other people or situations will be informed during the week.
There were some very tight readings. It was real
Yeah,
interesting doing that show yesterday. Uh, we filmed it last night,
you're
and
welcome, Preeti.
I really thought it was great. I really
Hi,
enjoyed doing
Karima.
those readings. I'll get you on the list, or Mr. O will get you on
Yes, I'll
the
put you
list.
on the list.
While I throw this card, I mentioned something earlier. I think when I mixed up Fiber and Jackie when I was doing the world about going for the gold this week, and um, boy, Siama, you certainly are. You've got the Nine of Cups here.
You don't have to see it, right?
Oh,
It's right there for you,
oh.
dummy.
I keep looking at what he's doing on his computer. You got the Nine of
Stop
Cups
it.
here. You stop it. Why don't you stop it? You got the Nine of Cups here. And honestly, it's almost like, why don't you just work on the things that are most important to you right now, because there's a good chance you could manifest some positive results this week. Working on a goal, working on a dream, or maybe you have been. It's possible if you have been already, there's good news coming this week that something positive is going to come out of all that effort and work you've put into something. So, either way, working on a goal and you will see some positive things starting to gel together. It'll make you happy, or achieving a goal this week. So looks very, very
I
positive.
mean, it's literally like you're getting your wish. You're getting something you
Yeah.
really always have wanted or something you really desired. It could be the element of surprise that maybe you didn't really expect this to happen. It was a wish, but it wasn't something that you necessarily thought would happen or that it would bring the level of enjoyment or love or appreciation that you're going to feel for it. So I think it's a very positive thing here. It could also say that really, if you have been working towards uh, that sense of really this thing happening, trying to manifest this, your efforts, your work is going to pay off big time.
You're with me there, Fiber, and the cardinal signs.
They were tight readings, and
Yeah.
they are time stamped, so you don't have to wade through the whole thing. You can go right to the one you want.
I will say the cardinal signs had, I'll just give you a hint, a little bit more of a challenge, but it really wasn't that bad. I mean, all the readings actually were pretty positive overall. So,
Sometimes they're like they cover a lot of territory, but this time they all seem to have a real
yeah.
driven narrative that just sort of pulled every card together.
Yeah.
It was just kind of interesting.
So it'll be an interesting month ahead. And of course, those readings are good for the entire Virgo season. So that's what we have for you anyway. I have nothing to add to that. I think this is going to be a positive, uplifting week for you, Siama. I wish you the best. Good luck with
Yeah,
that.
I think you're getting something you really want.
Or that was Preeti, right? Preeti.
Yes, that was so Preeti's the one we did Sayama. We
Oh,
just did
Siama.
just now.
Okay. Okay. Because I got ahead of myself here in putting the new list.
You do get ahead of yourself.
Sorry about that. Anyway.
All right,
Okay,
so who are
Siama.
we
Good
on
luck
then?
with that.
We're on
Well,
Noah.
I don't know. I guess I don't trust myself
I
anymore.
certainly
No,
wouldn't.
Noha is up. Hi, Noha, and it's your.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am sure.
You're welcome.
You're very welcome, Noha. Glad you could join
We
us.
want everyone to have a good, happy message, and that means that once in a while we have to figure out that we could stop bickering ourselves to do that
Hey, we didn't bicker once, I think, maybe once during
during the
the
modality.
modality. Yeah, I thought we were pretty
Yes, I
congenial.
I behaved.
Scorpio behaved. We always poke fun at ourselves, at our modalities when we're
I
doing
think
the
you're the
reading.
poker. All
Okay.
right,
I
Noha. Ooh, Noha,
Nice.
you have justice. So if somewhere in this week ahead or so, you're waiting on the outcome of a certain decision that others are making that may affect you, you may find that things are going to work out in your favor. If you yourself are needing to make certain decisions or decide things or move along certain paths, you are being well informed, is what this card tells me, that maybe this is saying really you have clear thinking. The swords, even if it's not in the suit of swords, it just sort of represents a mental acuity that you know you're experiencing at this time. Um, Things are equalizing, things are syncing up. If there are things in your life that maybe are a little bit out of balance, like most cards in the tarot, there is a sense of balance with some of this. There's also a reverse image that's kind of interesting, but we won't necessarily get into that. But literally, the person is the same on the other side of the balance. And so maybe that tells us really that sometimes the dark and the light are both the same. I am fearfully and woefully made. Robert Blake.
This Justice card just has so much symbology in it. And, if there are decisions that you have to make this week, make sure that they are fair ones, keeping everything in mind, keeping everybody's interests in mind. But I feel here this is really more about balance. You see it in this card. You see, a light side, you see a dark side. You see the scales totally balanced and in between the two. And I think here, this is saying this is going to be a very balanced week for you. Nothing out of sorts emotionally. You're going to be stable. Intellectually, everything just seems to be in a nice flow and rhythm. And I think here that you'll find this week will just feel very harmonious to you, but in a practical sort of way. Not so, I mean, it could also be in a spiritual sort of way. I do think it's really encompassing all aspects of who you are, but I really think in your day to day life, you're just going to feel like everything is in flow, everything is in perfect harmony, and I feel good about that. So I wish you a balanced and happy week ahead. Good luck
You're
with it.
welcome. And Sonali, just a reminder, we don't do questions today. You can come back tomorrow for a question, but we're just giving a happy hour message to everyone, positivity.
Okay, if one more person comes in, we'll close the list.
Whatever you say,
Well,
dear.
it's 17.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
It looks like a long list to me to end up. Thank you. Thank you very much, Noha.
it's my turn.
Yes, it is.
Kara is up.
Hey, Kara.
I'm happy to throw a happy hour card for Kara. Or anybody.
And of course, when we're through the list, we do a reading for ourselves, and then we give a namaste blessing to everyone.
Oh,
Kara, what did you do? You got justice too, just
you've got
us.
justice too. So ditto. Uh, okay, we're
We're
done.
done.
So, I think here that, you're going to be really in the flow this week. I think that if you have any decisions to be made, you're going to think them through. You're going to maybe seek out advice or ask questions or, try to make sure you have all the information you need before you do that. And I think here this is just going to go really, really well for you. And also, maybe more importantly, you will be treated fairly and evenly by others.
I don't know why, but I get a feeling like this could be about one or both of these things. One, it could be about Nana visiting. Like maybe this
Really.
is just sort of, an extra message from Nana saying, things are going to work out, don't be concerned, there will be justice or there will be things equalizing for you. But the other thing I think about too, Kara, is that maybe if there are any hanging threads with situations between some of the people you've had some, situations with recently, things will equal out and you will find that you feel like justice was served commensurate to what the issue was. So for example, if it was anything lingering about various friends who aren't really friends, the situation should resolve, and
And
that's good.
this is a good week to do some inner work as well, to balance both shadow and light. Maybe check out Mr. O's Goth Tarot. That's a given. I won't be on this week, but the show is great
We'll
without me.
struggle without you.
at any rate at any rate, but maybe to do some shadow work or to do some chakra balancing even might be in order, but it would only fortify this idea of balance for you in the week ahead.
And goth spelled backwards is
Oh jeez.
log. I had to say that.
I'm not sure why.
I don't know. Is it
Anyway, Fiber is up. Hey,
was that your
Fiber.
shuffle or mine?
No, I pulled that for Kara.
Alrighty.
We both pulled a justice card.
Uh,
So let's see what you pull. Will it be a three-peat?
oh, don't even say that.
You're welcome, Kara. Ah, am I awake yet? Yes, yes, I am.
I think I need more coffee.
Yeah, I got skimped again, but I woke up late and then,
And you're a slow coffee drinker.
well,
Coffee should be
okay,
drinking hot and fast.
I'm a little bit manic in my vitamins in the morning and I take like seven or so gummies of different sorts. And so, the gummies, you gotta chew them
That's why you drink the coffee fast. It just melts them and they go
because
down.
I don't want to mix my caffeine with my gummies.
All right. Well, fiber opal does not get a three-peat. You
Yeah.
get the King of Pentacles.
Wow. Look at you. Look at you, all balanced and all in control of your destiny here, or your material destiny. It just seems like you're on top of things, you're getting things done, or you've gotten things done, and maybe this week you can kind of sit back and admire it all. I always like this card because it just seems like, okay, we know the King of Pentacles is very industrious, but he's also a leader. And, as a leader, he can kind of, after he's delegated what he needs to do, he can kind of sit back and strategize more and look at the bigger picture of things. And, that's where I think you sit this
There
week.
is heavy control of the earth element around this card. The feeling that you feel like everything is really secure at this point. It's not necessarily about total success, but it is about the success of feeling like for now you have everything kind of resolved. Things are in its place. The check is in the mail, so to speak. That kind of stuff. everything is managed well. And some of that has to do also with all the other forces around you that you're able to pull in. You know, you're kind of like your own matrix in a way, you know, sort of sucking up the available energies. I know I'm going way off base here, but that's what I think is going on here.
Yeah, I think this is.
Uh-oh. Oh,
And I
they
mean,
do that.
I know that all the kings often, mostly, are seen sitting down, sitting down on a throne or whatever. But this guy, he just looks so relaxed and like everything is under control. So be happy with that. Be content. Maybe just kind of step back and enjoy all the things you have put in place for yourself. So good luck with that. All right, we are on Carl, and I will pull that because you pulled this. Thank you.
Right. Hi, Carl.
At least I'm keeping that straight, I think. All right, Carl. There we go. Okay, I think we can say the list is closed.
I was waiting for that because I agree.
Yeah. So
We
everybody on the
basically have 9 readings to do in 13 minutes. We know how that goes.
list will get a reading. I always want to make that clear when I say the list is closed before he has to whine about how many readings we have left to do.
I'm not a whiner.
You're not whining on happy hour, I hope.
No, I wouldn't do a thing like that. Why would I do a thing like that?
And it's our fault because we've been so chatty. Have a group coming to the house tomorrow to get all the busy. Yeah, there you go. See? Delegate, delegate, delegate. And
There
then
you
you'll be
go.
sitting pretty. Well,
It's PPD season already.
Carl has the Four of Cups reversed. Well, no time for sitting around anymore, Carl. I think it's time to grab.
Someone's cracking the whip.
Maybe you're going to have.
Who could that be?
Maybe you are going to get delegated something tomorrow. But as the case may be, I think here maybe you've made a decision to kind of shuffle some things in your life aside so that you can take on a new task or opportunity that's coming your way at this time. I'm feeling positive about this reversal in that. Um, and why am I showing it reversed? They're all upright.
Yes.
I'm sorry,
I'm
but
looking at thinking, what's wrong
thank
here?
you.
What's wrong here?
Why
I
am I
didn't know.
doing that? And so, the whole idea here is that, you know, it's time to, you've thought it out. You've obviously thought things out and you've decided what's most important needs to be done now and the rest can wait. It's okay to push some things aside to really focus on what matters.
The image reminds me of a woman who was a co-worker at a previous place, also Wiccan, and it just has a thoughtful look here, and it makes me feel like you are still questing for something in a way. You have your eye on a prize, but you don't necessarily want to leave everything behind. You're trying to figure out how everything can be accommodated. And so, to some degree, this is more a time of strategy for you. There is some movement, but I think there's a lot of strategy that you're thinking about right now, Carl, about how you can keep your eye on this prize, as I said, but also still be able to incorporate other important elements into the mixture, so to speak. And so, it could speak about a specific project like what's going on tomorrow in you guys' world, or it could be talking about in general the week ahead really needs you to be open and flexible to anything that pops up, but don't let it blow away what you really want.
I have nothing more to add to that. That's what we have. Yeah, I know you're going to delegate. So, yeah, Carl, so make some room and be prepared. Good luck with that. No, it should be all good.
Yeah,
It
we're
should be
sorry,
all good.
Namira. We've closed our list. We have.
We have a lot
We
of people
we have a
today.
lot of readings to do today, so we're not going to be able to take you. We're sorry. We are back tomorrow for our regular show, which is from 2 to 4 p.m., and those are regular questions. I hope you feel better.
Okay, Libra. Libra is up. And why am I shuffling? Isn't it yours? Didn't I pull that for Carl?
Yes, it's
I
mine.
did. All right. Take care, Namira. We'll hopefully see you tomorrow.
Hope you feel better.
Yeah.
The flu was real bad for me earlier this year because it may have been one of the things that gave me the inner ear infection or the possible stroke that I seem to have had. All right, Libra, what is the happy message for you?
Huh.
And it's
And
full speed ahead.
wow. Lots of energy this week, right?
Yes, the Eight of Wands is here to say you too should keep your eye on the target. But what you should also do is avail yourself of the energy you really do have. Maybe it's in reserve, maybe it's there. Being focused and clearly seeing that there is one target for you to either move towards, or it could be the opposite, Libra. It could be saying that something is coming for you, and it's probably the answers you've been seeking. It's an energy that provides your ability to figure out things or to have movement of your own in the direction you want. You're welcome,
You're
Fiber.
welcome, Fiber. All right. So, Libra, it looks as though there's just a lot of energy to apply to whatever you want to get done
Your
this
screen
week.
froze.
It did?
I don't know why. You have it on pause or something.
Oh,
Just hit the refresh, I guess.
I can't even see a refresh. Where is it?
It's usually in the browser bar, dear.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Well, I didn't see that. All right.
I've seen
Hi,
problems too.
Marita. We can't take you today. We have closed the list
Yeah,
because
we've already turned away
we've
somebody
got a
else, so we're
lot of
sorry.
people wanting to be happy today. So we apologize. Hopefully, we'll see you tomorrow.
Happy Saturday.
All right. Libra, right?
Yes.
Energy to burn. So it was me. Energy to burn. Focus, focus, focus. This is good to maybe use it on something in particular that you really want to accomplish. There'll be a lot of messages coming in too this week. Maybe invitations or, just people getting back in touch. Wow, it's almost as if Mercury goes direct on steroids here, this kind of thing. And I mean, we know Mercury's direct, but it is just now, this next week is going to be out of its shadow phase finally. So we can all even breathe easier than we have been. And I think here you're going to be picking up on this renewed energy and just put it to good use. And you should feel very content by week's end. Good luck with that. All right. Thank you. And, uh-oh, am I in there? There. Run, Nicole. Hi, Nicole. Good to see you, Marita and Amira, even though we couldn't read for you.
Thank you.
Oh, you've got the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups. Such a beautiful card. And, the thing that always stands out, and I think I've said it on at least one or two other shows about this card, Nicole, is that you notice how her head is missing. Her head is missing, and that's because she's operating from heart level. Now, it's very clear that the emphasis is on the heart with this card. And so, really show some heart this week. This is the beginning of maybe a brighter, happier outlook for you this week, and where you show a little bit more compassion, kindness, and understanding towards yourself and towards others. Because self love is very important in this card, too. All forms of love. So, it could be the start of a new friendship, a new relationship, a new positive outlook on life. There's nothing but a happiness associated with this card, and especially when we let our heart rule our days.
You know, Nicole, I'm almost wondering if it's about the person you mentioned recently, Justin O'Keefe, somebody who you've lost contact with, but you want to know when they're going to contact you. I'm wondering if this could be that, one of you reaching out to each other finally.
If that's
Uh,
who you really want to hear from, if
if that's who you really want to hear from, yeah, I will let her edit my comments.
I
But
don't make
it could also
assumptions.
be about things in general, like Banshee has mentioned, that this really is a week for you to use emotional intelligence more than practical intelligence, that maybe finding the way to understand your own or others' feelings is going to be key, and to be able to generate kindness wherever you need to do that, because it will only come back to you, I'm sure.
Absolutely. So, real positive week for you. Good luck with that.
All right.
And we are on Emily.
Hi,
Hi,
Emily.
Emily. And it's yours.
All
Oh
right.
my gosh, again?
And again and again, we keep getting the Hierophant the last few days, and we got one earlier today. It was our
Collective
opening
card.
collective card. So the Hierophant, Emily, probably means that, spiritual guidance is important to you. You may be seeking it at this time, or you may feel also, too, that you need to provide it for others. And, not all of us are a great poobah, but each of us has something important to share spiritually and otherwise. And so this could be saying that if you need to reach out to someone who's struggling, you will do that. But if you yourself need to feel some sort of guidance or some sort of help along your own path, it may be coming to you unexpectedly or expectedly.
Share your spirit with others this week is a message I'm getting here. Share your spirit with others, but also be willing to accept and listen to others' truths as well. I think this is a card of learning that touches our souls. And so any kind of spiritual practice or study would be really favored this week ahead. That kind of enlightenment will really kind of fill your soul with joy and happiness. So whatever you're interested in, whether it's meditation, whether it's breath work, whether it's ritual, whether it's going to an actual church and being a part of, the celebrations there, this is a time to really fill your spirit with your beliefs and possibly even to share it, because yeah, there is a teaching element to this card, but I also feel like there is a learning element. Obviously, teachers learn as well as teach. We learn from our students all the time, and so it's really important never to get locked into one or the other, because students have a lot to teach their teachers and their peers. So remember that and share with people on an even level, because nobody is greater than the other here. We're all the same flesh and blood on this planet trying to elevate to higher levels. So good luck with that.
Good luck, Emily.
Wow, that was a lot of hoo-ha there.
Thanks for dropping in today.
But that is the Hierophant in its positive aspect. Didn't see it quite that way with our cards. We are done with the Deviant Moon this week. We'll be talking about the deck that I've chosen. I'll be sending out an email, or not an email, some things on social media about that later. But it'll be the Numinous Tarot.
Alrighty, and we are now on Kara. Hey, Kara.
We are on Kara. I thought we did one for Kara.
Oh,
Am I crazy? Was she on the list twice somehow?
we just did yours, Nicole.
Anyway, we're doing one for
Or
Kara.
we did it 2 readings ago,
We
actually.
did do one for Kara. Didn't she have the Justice card?
Oh, she did. So how did you
How
manage
did you get?
that?
I don't know. I put you on the list again, Kara. Hmm.
I thought there was something funny about that.
So
Early,
it's now
actually.
Kara's reading.
It's actually Jamie's.
It's Jamie's Cowboy. Sorry about that. Kara, you almost got a second card from us.
Now, we're actually over our usual hour, which is fine. We do overtime. So we just have a few more readings and then our own. Thanking
Boy, I
everybody for
am
being here.
losing it lately. We've got a
Yeah, we do pick. We just pick a happy hour card for you. It's just a message of happiness.
happiness and joy. We hope.
We hope.
I mean, some of the cards that come out are the negative cards, but
You're
there's
welcome.
always a light to each card. Not every upright card is positive.
And the Tarot Tribe gathers tomorrow too for the recorded video, Banshee's Material Matters, at 10
Right.
a.m. on Sunday mornings. We're live in the chat room so we can chat about that reading.
And sip coffee with everyone like we're doing now.
Yes, Nicole, we did kind of point that out too. The headless aspect, which we hope you resonate to, but that was the idea that in this week you are working more from your heart center rather than your head.
Well, and maybe the mouth is there because you're speaking from the heart as well. I didn't think about that, but if
That's
I
a good
had
point.
to, I really feel
That's a
like
good
maybe
point.
that's why, you know. And maybe the eyes aren't there because we really need to see beneath the skin. Our outer vision sometimes clouds us to what's truly within a person. So that card just has a lot of meaning for me.
All right, Jamie's Cowboys.
Well, hey, all right, I get it. You have the Eight of Swords here. It's really funny you got this card, Jamie, because you spoke earlier and Mr. O about the accident and how it was scary. And yeah, it was scary. It changes us a little bit. It makes us, and I mean, I'm sure you're a strong person and very capable person to get over things, but it does give us some pause and it may sometimes give us some doubts or make us feel a little bit shaky. And I think you realize that. And that you can overcome this, that it is not the real you. Sometimes, situations and things and or crises that come up in our lives, they give us pause, they give us fear, they give us a little bit of anxiety and self-doubt. And but that's not who you really are, and you realize that, and you will overcome that. You will heal totally once this is done. As your body heals, so will your spirit again.
Thank you, Nicole, for your kind words. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry to hear that, Jamie's. I think there is a realization for you with this card. During part of it may be a slower realization that, it won't come all at once like an epiphany, but just the realization that sometimes you have to work a little harder yourself to release yourself from some of the things that either fear or bind you. And so part of that is just realizing that process is going on, that, there are things that are upsetting you, and you have to kind of calmly approach them with a little bit of reason as much as you can to hopefully get over them.
Those are the nightmares right there, those birds.
Yeah,
So
Kara agrees with you too. It is very scary. I'm so sorry
I'm
about
sure
that.
you got really rattled as well as, beyond the physical. It rattles us. And but know that that's not the real you and that you are stronger than
Exactly.
your fear.
Exactly.
So,
That's what the Eight of Swords is about, is realizing that what you may feel or perceive is not necessarily the real you. Did it go out?
oh,
Um,
yes, it did. The light's off.
what light?
Oh, it's on the other side?
Of course.
Okay.
See? Look.
Oh, can you hear us?
Can anyone else not hear us? Would you please chime in if our sound is off?
I think the light is off on that, the red light. Oh, it's on.
Please mind your own.
Okay.
You just don't know certain
It's
things.
just for a
That was
second.
50-50 that it would have been one way or the other. Think about it.
Okay, it was windy. Okay. Sorry. I always have the light facing me so
That's
I
her
can
nightmare. Her
see it.
nightmare is technology screwed up.
So I can see it. But anyway, he's right because it was showing up on here. I should have realized that.
Leave the technical stuff to the technical guy.
Right. Oh man, you should hear the screaming and gnashing of teeth sometimes.
You're good for what you do, but I'm better for what I do.
He screams and gnashes his teeth, gets mad at
No,
his
I don't.
computer.
Pictures or I don't
Yes,
believe.
he
Pictures
does.
or I don't
Oh,
believe.
don't.
Pictures or I don't believe.
Pictures forthcoming. I will take one next time. He's challenged me now because he knows. He knows I'm right.
I'll never let you show those pictures. All right, Jamie's, continue to heal. I will get back to you in email. And we are on Garima. Hi,
Yes,
Garima. Happy hour to you. Ooh, Page of Cups. Okay, that's a nice card.
it is a
The
nice
Page of
card.
Cards could be saying that there's some interest possibly in emotional matters. There is a sense maybe that you feel your spirit is lighter, it's buoyant. You might be rising out of yourself in a way, metaphorically at least, and you may be feeling like you're reaching out to someone, spiritually at least, or maybe on some other sense. This could be somebody that you know you're interested in becoming a closer friend to, or that you feel affection or strong emotion for in some way.
Yes, the bickering. That was minor bickering.
Oh, I
Minor
know I have it here
bickering.
somewhere. Where is it? Where's my bicker? Keep going.
Oh well.
You can
Oh
go.
well, the
I won't
Page
stop
of
you.
Cups. Honest to goodness. Grima, that's a great card. Dream a dream, I think here too that, this is a nice card for romantic pursuits as well. We don't often bring this up at happy hour, but I'm going to just throw that out there. Don't be surprised if you get an invitation, or maybe that somebody accepts an invitation from you. It's a positive week for that. Um, I I just want to throw that out there. There could be some good happy news coming as well. But also, this is a week to truly pay attention to your dreams and what your intuition is telling you about situations or person or whatever in your life. This is a time to I just saw the thing going back and forth, the bicker. This is a time for just oh god, now you made me lose my train of thought. You did it to me.
Be happy.
Uh, um, this is a time to really pay attention to that, to your intuition, because I think this week might be strong. I've been hearing some people talking about some different experiences they've been having that are kind of spiritual, metaphysical. And of course, I had one this week, kind of saw something in the house. And so I think that the veil is thinning enough now that a lot of us are going to be experiencing more things and connecting more with, our higher wisdom as well. So keep those connections alive and going this week. Good luck with that.
And hi, Cinderella. We're actually 10 minutes into overtime. We have two or three more readings to finish up. So we're sorry we can't take your question today. We don't do questions
But
actually today.
here's the other thing, right? We don't do questions today, but we're back tomorrow from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll answer your question. We can answer questions on that show. Try to get there early if you can. And if you can't, we're here Thursdays from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'd love to answer a question for you, but we can't today. We apologize. This is Happy Hour. We do a single card message, a positive message for the week ahead. So, hope to see you soon. Come on back sometime. Take care. All right.
All right.
That's
And
scary.
we're on Sonali.
All right. Oh, yeah, we are on
Thank you,
Sonali.
Jamie's. Appreciate that.
And that is our last reading, so we can wrap up the show.
Right, then our readings and the Namaste blessing.
All right.
Is this my shuffle?
I don't remember who drew that. I think it was you, so I think it's me. I
Maybe.
think. I honestly don't remember now.
And we hope you all come back and watch our other programs, live or recorded. We could use more subscribers. We're just sort of slowly moving up. Yeah, Sunny will be around probably tomorrow during the live show. This studio area we use isn't as conducive for him. He visits us, but you can barely see his tail.
He didn't walk in today, though, so yeah.
I saw him walking around, but he didn't come up to the table.
All right. Okay, let's
All
see
right,
what else.
Sonali.
Look at that. We have the Three of Wands for you, Sonali. The Three of Wands is a great card. Like to see this one at happy hour because there's a lot of anticipation, excitement, and enthusiasm that comes along with this card. So, whatever you want to do this week, I think you're going to be very enthusiastic about it. And I think here I almost think maybe there's some opportunity coming that will engage you this week in some activity that you're going to be really optimistic and excited about. This surfer here is waiting for that perfect wave, and she knows it's coming. She wouldn't be out on this beach if there was a calm day with no waves, right?
The possibility.
Right. She knows that the wave is coming. And so she's waiting and ready to make her move when it happens. So be ready to make your move if it, excuse me, an opportunity presents itself this week.
Now, Sonali, I know you asked a question and I reminded you that it is happy hour, but you did ask a question about finding a soulmate or your soulmate. And so this card maybe doesn't necessarily address that, but it could be possible that there's an opportunity for you in this next week. And you have to be aware of it, whether it is about a possibility of a soulmate or anything else you may have been expecting or not necessarily expecting. Something good may be coming to you, and you just need to be aware that it is possible, and you could take advantage of that opportunity by being open to that possibility.
I like it. Good luck with that. And I'm going to let Mr. O pull the card for me. I'm going to get the Namaste blessing cards ready. All right, we made it with a little bit of overtime. Thanks those who are still hanging with us.
I don't want anybody to surf with the sharks. I'll start with you, I guess, eh?
Yes, you should start with me.
You want to be starting something.
He wants to be dropping cards now. He wants to be dropping
Did you
cards
finish your coffee?
now. I did just now. I needed it because I have a frog
Oh,
in my
thank you,
throat.
James.
Ah,
If we could be on 24/7, we would.
he lies.
No, we wouldn't. But
He can't. He can only handle so much, and I get it. It is tough sometimes. Some days it really does take a bit out of us.
it's
But
the
this is not
emperor.
that case
It's the
here.
emperor. You, Banshee, are the emperor.
It's an
You,
Aries card, isn't
it's
it?
an Aries card for sure. You are in charge right now. You are sitting there calmly thinking of all the ways you can get things done that you want to get done. All you have to do is put that pawn in
Is that
place.
you? All the
That's
ways I
me.
can push you around?
You got the pawn named Obi in your hand. You got the pawn, Mr. O. In your hand, you got Mr. O. In your hand, and he's not gonna take a stand.
Well, I like that card, obviously, but it's kind of shied away from the leadership cards. I'm one of those reluctant leaders, okay? Um, it's a lot of pressure to be a leader. It really is. And I respect good leaders. I respect those who really take the time and the care to manage things right, like this emperor does here. There are a lot of false leaders out there that are only doing it for their own gain and they don't care about the people they lead. I care. And I care maybe too much sometimes to be, a strong leader, but if called, I often accept.
So,
Uh,
so you did more of this reading for you than I did,
I guess so.
in a
What else do
way.
you have to say?
Um, I think it's a good card because I think it says that you value what it is that makes you a leader. It's not just that you have authority, but you have people. You've got people. Number one, a good emperor always has somebody who they can run their advice by. That would be me. And then you ignore it, and that would be better.
Yeah, it's funny. I could tell a story, but
Please do.
oh, okay. You want me to?
Yeah,
Fine.
throw me under.
Fine. When I write my intro to the cards for the collective that we send out on social media, sometimes I actually don't have a thought in my head. And I'm like, what can I say that will grab people's attention and make them open and look at the card? I turn to Mr. O
You're
and
right.
he,
There's nothing
he
in your head.
starts looking at it and he comes up with the most crazy strange ideas that it suddenly gets me on track. So I'm like, okay, I know I can come up with something here.
I am a chaos worm.
His chaos gets me back on track.
Chaos worm. Boring in.
Yeah. Mr. O is a rather obtuse thinker at times, and
Oh, woe is the world.
yes.
All right. Well, now you're going to be more logical and throw a card for me.
All right. Okay.
It's a repeat.
It's a repeat, all right. You and Carl, just thinking about things.
Well, we are both water signs.
I think in your case here, this is you trying to sort out your priorities, Mr. O. This is a perfect week to do that. I think here, maybe to decide on what's valuable to work on. Hey, the air in the house is going to be cooler. Maybe this is a time to tackle some chores, particularly upstairs here. Maybe going through a closet and eliminating some stuff. I'm thinking this is the perfect week for me to do that. And so this is a time to decide what can I set aside for now and really focus my attention on. There's something important here waiting for you to recognize it and maybe go for it and do it.
My cup runneth over with love.
Okay. Well, it is a cup card. So there is that. All right. Well, let's do a namaste blessing for
Namaste, everyone. Hold for the blessing.
okay. Go for it, Mr. O. Ooh. Send me an angel.
Send me an angel.
And there we've got one here. Let's see. And it is Oh, I love this one. A blessing from the beloved. Love unfolds your wings and you fly high above the earth into the realm of heaven. Blessed by the light of her beautiful soul, you enter the emerald heart of the Divine Mother, which is full of eternal blessings. The world is your playground waiting to be explored, beloved. And you know, when I first saw that card, um, a blessing from the beloved, when I first saw that statement, I immediately thought of our ancestors, you know, those on the other side. This is the time, and they are our beloved, and we are their beloved still. And so I feel here this is just emphasizing that fact to us all that at this time of year, it's a great time to try to reconnect with those energies, with those people who have gone before us, who've made us who we are, and you know, offer our blessings, our thanks, our gratitude, and to let them know that we are here to carry on, you know, a positive legacy. Namaste, everybody. I hope you have a great, wonderful week ahead, a happy week ahead. Try to stay happy through these crazy times. You know, the one thing that would be the most horrible thing in the world is if we let all these bad things in the world steal our happiness. Don't let it happen. Take care, everybody. Have a great week ahead, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye for now.
Thanks, Wendy. Thanks, Fiber. Bye bye.